right, what's going on, everyone? So, we gotta talk about what's going on in Baby Doge and the prices of Baby Doge. The prices looking really nice right now, and what we just now seen inside of this wedge pattern that I want to talk about, and what this could mean for the future of the prices here for Baby Doge. And we also got another listing for Baby Doge, so we're gonna talk about all that. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's get straight into it. So, now, what we got to talk about here, we're at 8Z20 right now, 8Z2013. That's pretty good, fairly decent. Right here is a falling wedge pattern, and this is actually a bullish pattern. And this is pretty nice because this kind of shows that now we should start to rise upwards towards our Fibonacci at 8Z2100. So from yesterday's video, we kind of dropped a little bit lower below that equilibrium. Remember how in yesterday's video, I said that there is a possibility for us to drop all the way down into our discount price points here with the automated trading indicators with chart prime. They're pretty much showing us going down into that level there. That is also where we have our momentum wave bands here. So we got those momentum wave bands right there, and it looks like we're actually pulling down to those support momentum wave bands there. So that's pretty good, and that's also where our supply and demand area is as well. So that's also pretty bullish for us. So quite a few bullish signals all inside of one. So that's pretty good. And then, as you can see with our Fibonacci, AZ2100, like, look, if we pull back down a little bit more, right, and you go back down to our discount price zone, then that's all good because that's a high demand area. So then we should have another increase in price when that happens. Obviously, it's nice. It's going to go straight up like I just now showed you there, but you get the drift, right? It could go up a little bit more if we do hit that discount price point. That is where our momentum wave band is. And remember what I talked about with the momentum wave bands. Whenever they squeeze like that, when they squeeze in like that and get very thin, that means that it's about to go up. It's almost like, a short squeeze, right? When it starts to squeeze in, you start to see that the momentum increase from there. And it happens time and time again. When it starts to squeeze in, you always see that price starting to increase. So it could quite possibly be happening now. So I'm just going to keep paying attention to that. But I just think that it's pretty interesting that we just now had this falling wedge pattern. And yeah, now we're back into upward momentum. Now, will it continue to go? I don't know, because it is getting stopped at the equilibrium price point here. And there is a possibility that it continues to go down from where we are now, because, it could be getting stopped right here at the equilibrium price. So we got to keep watching it. But hey, it is what it is. We'll keep following it. We're in this for we're in this for the long term. So that's all that really matters when it comes to that. Now, overall, I think there is a pattern growing here, but right now I'm unsure of what this pattern could actually be. So it does seem like we have a new pattern forming here on the 4-hour chart. So just going to have to see, what exactly this means. But we just now had a huge major pump. So it's kind of hard to see where exactly, this is bringing us, because we just now started a new pattern, right? We had the old pattern, right? And it was a falling wedge pattern, which is kind of funny because, that's kind of what we just now had, was a falling wedge pattern. And it's the same pattern that we had here. So, I mean, this pattern here was kind of predicted. We kind of knew that we were going to increase inside of price eventually here. Then this is on the daily chart. So from April this year all the way till now, September, we should have known that we're going to have this pump eventually, because, the fall, it's just, it's inside of the technicals. So you can literally see what was going to play out, way before it actually played out. So now what we really got to find out is, where do we go from here? Where exactly do we go from here? Now, yeah, we just now seen 3 different patterns that kind of played themselves out, but this next pattern here is kind of looking a little bit interesting here. So I'm just going to take off all these other patterns right here for a little bit, because we already went through this pattern here, right? So now this one's obsolete. We've already been through that, right? So it's said and done. Let's take off all of our indicators. Okay, we're going to take off all indicators. We're going to take off this pattern because that one's said and done. We could leave this one here because that's like the new one that we're kind of working off of, the falling wedge pattern. But just kind of looking at where, Baby Doge is heading, you can kind of see there is another pattern forming up on this hourly chart here. So this could mean that we are about to have another drop, Because look, we did just now come out of that following wedge pattern. But if you look at the other pattern that we're trading inside of here, inside of Baby Doge, it kind of shows that we might be destined for a little bit more of a drop. So if that is the case, then we just got to be completely honest with ourselves. If that is the case, right? Anything can happen. And remember, inside of the next 2 weeks, remember, like a few days ago, they said within the next couple of weeks, the Solana bridge is going to come out, a wallet's going to come out for Baby Doge, and then they also mentioned their little type of launch pad thing that's going to be like a buyback method to buy back and burn Baby Doge. They mentioned that was going to come out inside of 2 weeks. 2 weeks as well. They said a couple weeks, and a couple weeks is 2 weeks, so that's why I keep saying 2 weeks. So we're going to see. But in the meantime, you could see a price drop, or if they do end up, releasing it like very soon, then that'll be good as well, because then we won't suffer that price drop. But hey, this could also easily break out from here. But look, if it does not break out from here, you do have to expect it to hit the bottom side of this pattern that we're going down in. Because remember, last time we stopped at this supply demand zone, this high demand zone at 8Z 1800. We stopped right there, right? But this time, when we go down there, the next zone is down here in this zone. And that's why I always say, look, you got to do your manual technical analysis alongside with your automated trading indicators, so you know exactly what's about to happen. So if we do pull back down here, we're going to end up going to 8Z 1600, which just so happens to be in this next heavy demand zone. So that's what we're paying attention to right now. So anywhere from 8Z 1500 to 8Z 1600. So there could be, I'm not going to say will, but I will say there could be a discount in the prices. So if you guys were bummed out because you couldn't get it at a cheaper price, you might be able to get it at 8Z 1600 when we go down there. And then from there, we should have all the new stuff coming out for Baby Doge, which should then bring us back to the 8Z 1900 area. And then we could break out from there, because that's going to be a lot of stuff like inside of such a short period of time. And the Solana bridge alone is going to bring a lot of liquidity into the market. So I think that's going to look nice for us. So, just to kind of sum this up, I think we're going to have that one last pullback. And that pullback, hey, this is kind of funny, because this is like textbook play right here. This is textbook right here. Look at where things when things started to break out, whenever we were first listed on BNB and we started the first breakout. Where was that first pullback? That first pullback went all the way down here to that supply demand zone, 8Z 1500 to 8Z 1600. That was the first pullback. So where do you think our next support is going to be? Because remember, the second pullback was where? The second pullback was in this demand zone at this support. So now, what's going to be the second pullback this time? Remember, we had this first pullback. Boom, we hit that. And now we're going through second pullback. What happened here? First pullback went to this supply demand zone. Second pullback, this supply and demand zone. So we're kind of seeing the same thing full circle right now. So 8Z 1500 to 8Z 1600 might be coming very soon. I'm just saying, don't get mad. Don't shoot the messenger. It just might happen. So that's what I'm looking forward to now. So maybe it'll happen, or maybe we'll break out. But you know what? I'm going to roll the dice and say we have a 75% chance to pull back down to this area. That's just what I believe. And then I think from there, we'll pull back up. So that's what it's looking like right now. I'm going to leave this drawing here. So next time we do our next video, we pretty much see what I was predicting here. And usually it doesn't always go to this at like to a T. It doesn't always do this to a T. It might go like this for a little bit, right? And then it might do this, or it might do this and then that. And, anything can happen from there. But in general, what we're looking at is going to the bottom of this trend line and then shooting back up to the top once we get our good news in. And that just is what it is, right? And if we break the trend line, right, then we go down here to that support at 8Z 1500. So if we break the trend line at 8Z 1600, then we use 8Z 1500 as like our backup support. So that's what I'm pretty much predicting here for Baby Doge. So we're just going to have to watch it and see if this plays out true. But I'm pretty confident about this trade. I think, well, not trade, because right now I'm not trading. I'm just holding. But I'm pretty confident about this pullback in the price. So that's just what I think. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice at all. Do your own research, right? Do your own research. But hey, I'll keep you all updated on this, and we'll see exactly what happens from there. Now, this is seeming like the base trading volume for Baby Doge. When Baby Doge is not pumping, 25 million, 26 million, 27 million dollars in trading volume. So I think we found our floor in trading volume, which is actually exciting because our previous floor before the Binance listing was $4 million. And now our floor is around 25 plus $1 million. So I think that's actually a very good thing. If you look, we've been consistently, whenever we're not pumping, we're consistently around 25 million in volume. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And let's just look back here. Like, look, 3 million, 2 million, 4 million, 5 million. It's just low amounts. And then if you look closer back here, we did have a little bit more, like 12 million when it was going up in price and pumping, then 7 million. But now we're not even pumping, we're just chilling, and we're at 25 million inside of trading volume. So that just comes to show like how far we've came here in Baby Doge. So even if you look around here, the trading volume was pretty, or like the price was pretty high, but the trading volume was still extremely low. Imagine if we had the same hype, because all this trading volume here, this was all done by bulls inside of Baby Doge and whales who were just buying more Baby Doge but weren't really selling much. That's why the price was a lot higher, but the trading volume is a lot lower. So this is going to be nice to see once we have a huge pump coming into Baby Doge and a huge, marketing scheme coming in, and then, our trading volume is just going to explode. Just look at how this is at 19 million trading volume, but 8Z36 for the price. 19 million trading volume and the price is 8Z36. Whereas now our price is 8Z20 and our trading volume is 27 million. So yeah, this is about to be pretty big. This is about to be pretty big. And the same thing when we were almost peaked out up here at 64 million, 58 million trading volume, right? But we were like literally at our peak when just 7 days ago we had 105 million, 129 million, even back here, 173 million, 229 million trading volume. So you see how things have kind of progressed here in Baby Doge. So I think people are really underestimating what Baby Doge can do. And someone mentioned something in the comments saying that the in my previous video, they said Baby Doge's price isn't going up because the bots. And they're saying that the whales are using bots to keep the price down. And I think to a certain extent, that could actually be correct. It could actually be correct to a certain extent, right? So what happens when they stop doing that? Maybe they're doing that because they're trying to accumulate more at a cheaper price. So what happens when they stop? Then the price is just going to increase and increase and increase. So that's just something to think about. As for our holders, we're at 1,877,917 holders. So we're doing fairly well with our holders. The whales are also still increasing their holdings. Some whales aren't, some are decreasing, and some are just holding, right? Like this whale right here, they've just been holding, and they're still holding out with Baby Doge, right? And they're just going to keep holding. So there's a lot of whales like that. So I don't think that the whales that we should be paying attention to are the top 100. I think we need to lower it like below 100, below the top 100 whales. Those are the whales that you really want to pay attention to, the ones that are below the top 100, because they're the whales that, they're either extremely new or they're extremely old to Baby Doge, right? And this one like is extremely old. They got in Baby Doge right at the beginning, and they just been holding since then. And there's a lot of whales like that just, they're just holding, and their money is just increasing and increasing and increasing. And this one, they've been selling, but they haven't been selling recently. So what we're looking for is for recent sales. We're not seeing many whales who are doing recent sales here. Most of the whales are holding a lot of money. So you just have those very few whales that have bot accounts that just constantly buy and sell Baby Doge. But as you can see, most of these whales, they're buying it and they're holding it. And they've been holding it for a very long time. So I think this is a good site. This is definitely a good site to see for people who are discouraged. If other people who have over $100,000 literally have $100,000 in Baby Doge and they're not scared to hold their $100,000, why are you scared to hold your $100 in there? I don't know. That's just something that I've been looking at. That's why I'm like, I'm not scared to hold a lot of money in here. I'm looking at people who've been in here for years, and they're just holding hundreds of thousands of dollars, some with millions of dollars, and they're just holding. They're not really doing nothing. They're just holding, keeping their money there. Some of them are still increasing. This whale right here, this is where a lot of the volume is going, right? With the whales. Like I said, 27 million in volume right here. But look at what this whale's doing 2 hours ago. Look, this is a lot of money, by the way. Million, billion, trillion, 1.7 trillion, 1.4 trillion, 1.1 trillion. And this is all hours ago. 1.7 trillion, 1.7, 1.9, 1.4. You see all these trillions and trillions through hours and hours. So every single hour of every single day, look, this is literally every single hour of every single day. They're buying about 1.7, 1.5 trillion baby doge. So on average, about 1.5 trillion baby doge. Okay. Every single day, they're buying, they're buying, they're buying. And what did I just say before? The whales are accumulating right now. The whales are accumulating. And you're seeing people who are taking out profits who have probably been holding baby doge for a while, like with people, like I was saying, with like $100 or $200 or $1,000 in it. They're selling because they see a little bit of profit. That's why the price isn't necessarily going up. But then you see the whales are slowly but surely accumulating, and they're accumulating, and they're accumulating. They're not doing nothing else but accumulating baby doge. They're just accumulating as much baby doge as possible. And this whale, all they hold is baby doge. All they hold is baby doge. So this is kind of big. This is kind of big that you see wallets like this that are just going ham, buying nothing but baby doge, nothing but baby doge, just going ham on it. And a lot of these whales are doing stuff like this. So, just remember that when next time you go to sell, just remember what all these whales are doing. They're accumulating, and a lot of them, they're just like, forget it. I'm not even going to accumulate. I'm just going to hold and wait it out. That's what a lot of them are doing. They're just holding it, waiting out. Some of them are accumulating. So I think this is a good sign that we're going into the right direction here with baby doge. And then, like I said also before, you have some that are trying to push the price down to keep it from going up. These are the ones that are selling little bits at a time. They're not selling anything significant, but they are selling little bits at a time. Like this is 4.4 billion, nothing significant. 676 billion, not really significant. 3.5 trillion, not too significant, but it's $7,000. So now this is when it starts to get a lot. 4.5 billion, nothing significant. And the only significant one they sold was a $7,000 trade. But remember, they're doing a lot of these small trades over time, and that could, push the price down. Like people are wondering why do we have a lot of whales buying a lot of baby doge, yet the prices keep going down? Well, we have whales that are buying a lot, which is keeping the price kind of stable. But then we have these whales selling a lot, which makes it go down just a little bit. But look at this buy right here. Well, it looks like a withdrawal to a different wallet. But this is a lot. Million, billion, trillion. That's 458 trillion. And it went to this wallet here. So I'm not gonna just go and see where all these wallets are leading to, because that's gonna take too much time. But you get what I'm saying. Like these whales, they're moving money around. They're doing a lot of these transactions. But at the end of the day, they're accumulating. They might be sending it to other wallets like I just now shown you here, but they're still accumulating. So they might be selling here and there, but they're transferring to other wallets and they're buying again and again and again. They're accumulating. So that's just something to think of as food for thought. Just kind of figured I'd show you guys that. Now, we have this new listing here, a new spot listing for baby doge on Binance. So this is for FDUSD, which is a stable coin, and then this is TRY, which I don't know anything about, but I do know FDUSD is a stable coin, and I'm pretty sure TRY is as well. So that's just another pair and another avenue to trade baby doge. So also do not believe this one right here. This is a fake account. Make sure you pay attention to these accounts. They're trying to scam people and get people to log on to their websites. Yeah, don't believe any of those accounts. Like this right here, it's another scam. Don't go to it. A lot of different things. They're scamming a lot of people in baby doge, and a lot of people are probably falling for it. Because I see people, comment in my comment section all the time talking about how they got scammed and lost all their baby doge, they're going to these exact same posts. Maybe I'll make a full video just where I only talk about these scams and I just point them all out so people don't fall for them. It's really sad, but yeah, a lot of people, they're losing a lot of money because of this. So I'll definitely make a whole video on that so people can stop losing money there. But anyways, this is all I got for y'all today. Remember what I said before about the prices. We could be pulling back down just a little bit. It gives us an opportunity to buy more. I will do a live stream where I'll break this down to anyone who's like really curious, like what does this mean? What does that mean? I'll do a live stream so then I'll explain all those inside of full details. But anyways, like I said, anything can happen. We could see those momentum wave bands curve downwards, but right now you can see, they are curving upwards here. They are curving up slightly right there, but I see it a lot of times where it'll start curving up and then it'll curve down. So there's a few conflicting, indications here, a few conflicting indicators, right? Because at one note, we're looking at the manual technical analysis showing that we should be pulling back down to the bottom of the trend line. And then we're looking at the auto trading indicators with chart prime, link in the description for that, by the way, showing that we're about to go down here to the discount price points at the bottom of the momentum wave bands. But then when the momentum wave bands squeeze in, it's kind of a sign that it could be bullish. So what if we don't go all the way down to the bottom of the trend line, right? And we only go down halfway to that discount price point and where our momentum wave bands are. What if we only go down halfway and we stop inside of this high demand area, this supply and demand area? What if we do that? Well, then we can go up from there. So either we, pull back to the discount price point and then go up from there, or we just pull all the way back down to the trend line and then we go back down or go back up from there. So, we got a few things that we could be doing. So anyways, this is all I got for you all pretty much. Definitely go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the link in the description if you want these automated trading indicators with Chart Prime. And as always, I'll be back with another video.